Which now takes us to federal politics and the double standards and keeping those in charge and those opposite and those to the side accountable for what they say and what they do. For instance, the UN is holding another climate change conference, and our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, the guy who was elected on a mandate to do something about climate change, well, he's not going to this UN climate change conference. Strange. And here's what he had to say when asked by the media about it this week.
Prime Minister, why aren't you attending the COP summit in Egypt, considering you were critical of your predecessor for not confirming whether he would go to Glasgow?
I can't be in all places at once. It's as simple as that. If we could do that, then I'd achieve it. And I'm sure that if I was going, people would say, why aren't I attending Parliament?
Now, why is this a double standard? Because this is what he said when in opposition, when the previous Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, mentioned that he was thinking about not going to the last UN climate change conference in Glasgow in October of last year. Of course, Scott Morrison did go, but here's what Anthony Albanese said when the then Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, said that he might not be going.
Do you think the Prime Minister should attend the Glasgow climate change meeting, or are you comfortable with other senior ministers?
The Prime Minister should attend the Glasgow conference and he should represent Australia. If he doesn't, it's because he's embarrassed about Australia's position.
Double standards. If you're going to accuse your opposition of doing or not doing something, and then you do the same, it's not a good look. And most of these politicians, especially PMs, well, they should have staff who keep him accountable for all that he does. But double standards don't stop there. As we know, interest rates keep going up. Every month we get a new interest rate rise, which means cost of living keeps going up. It's a bad thing for all of us. And what does the Federal Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, the guy who is part of the political party that was voted in with a mandate to do something about cost of living? Well, here's what he said this month about the increase in inflation.
This is another difficult day for Australians who are already under the pump.
And last month, in October, what did he say about interest rates when they rose?
Can I say to you again today, these are difficult times.
And what about the month before that?
I think it will still get more difficult before it gets better.
And in July?
People will find today's news really difficult. I think it will be a tough day for a lot of homeowners.
And in June?
This will be very difficult news for all of those Australians who are already facing the skyrocketing costs of living.
So that's 6 interest rates under Labor where things are being described as being difficult for the Australian people. But what happened when the first interest rate happened before the election under the Liberal Party when Jim Chalmers was in opposition? I wonder what he said then.
This is a full-blown cost of living crisis on Scott Morrison's watch, and now interest rate rises are about to be part of the pain.
A full-blown cost of living crisis. What is that now? Oh, it's a double standard. That's what it is, a double standard. When it's the opposition in power, it's a full-blown cost of living crisis when an interest rate goes up. But when you have 6 of your own in the government that is running the country, it's just an unfortunate and difficult time for the Australian people. What would be great is instead of being told that Australia's in for having a tough time, we hear from the current government how they're going to fix this problem.
The Troy Murphy Show.